Welcome back to another episode of Gridiron Guys. I'm your host, Luke, with my co-host, Harith.
What's going on, everybody?
Ryan.
We got our guy. LSU as a coach. We'll move on.
And George.
Go Bears, number one in the NFC, baby!
How you doing, Luke?
Terrible. All right. Let's just rip the fucking Band-Aid off. Or do we talk about college football rankings because those just came out? This is the penultimate ones. We'll go to that and then
You want to talk about you getting ripped to shreds in the live chat?
Dude, it was.
We go rankings and then we go straight into Iowa and Nebraska. I say that's what we do.
Yes.
It was a rough Black Friday, fellas.
All right, we don't hold on. Hold your horses on this. Okay. All right. So, is it week 15 or is it week 16? It's week 15, right?
For college, it's week 15.
Yeah.
This is always a week ahead of NFL. And we're week 14
Okay,
in the
so
NFL.
we got James Madison, 25 North Texas, 24, Iowa 23, 22 Georgia Tech, 21 Houston, 20 Tulane. Okay, thank you.
That's actually a lot easier.
19
Thank you,
Michigan,
Ryan.
18 Arizona, 17 Virginia, 16 USC, 15 Utah, 14 Vanderbilt, 13 Texas, 12 Miami, 11 BYU, 10 Notre Dame, 9 Alabama, 8 Oklahoma, 7 Texas A&M, 6 Ole Miss, 5 Oregon, 4 Texas Tech, 3 Georgia, 2 Indiana, and 1 Ohio State.
I like how the graphic looks like a calendar.
Wait. Hold up.
What?
If the college football playoffs started today, Texas Tech would actually have a bye week?
Yeah.
They're projected to if they win the Big 12.
Yeah,
they're going to win the Big 12.
will.
That's like one of the things I'm very confident about. I'm sorry to get ahead of myself like on our bets.
Who are they playing in the
BYU.
They're beating.
They're
Yeah.
favored by 12.5.
They only have that one loss. I mean,
Yeah,
they dominated
Texas
everyone else.
Texas Tech looks really fun. Any surprises there?
I think Texas Tech being 4 is the main thing that jumped out at me. Ole Miss still.
Interesting.
Ole Miss being 6 is
So-
kind of interesting.
The interesting thing here is with the whole Miami situation, because
Oh yeah.
it puts Notre Dame and the ACC champion for the committee in like a weird spot, because like for the ACC champion part, if Miami beat that team, it's weird. And then also with Notre Dame, Miami beat the head-to-head. So it's kind of, I feel like they're going to just be left out at this point, but I feel like
No, I
maybe
definitely
they shouldn't be. I don't know.
Well, I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to Florida State a couple years ago when they got robbed of the playoff spot. I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing with Miami, where Notre Dame should not go in, but Miami's going to get robbed out of spite just because Notre Dame is always, just because they're independent conference. It's just so, it's not fair at all with Miami. I get they lost to, who they lost to? The Gators, right? Is that the one loss that everyone's talking about? That's like
Louisville and somebody else. Like they were both upsets, like games they shouldn't have lost.
Wasn't it Louisville and
I'm looking at it right now.
They
I'm
lose
looking at
to?
their. I'm looking at their.
It wasn't South Florida. They beat Florida.
They beat Florida.
SMU.
SMU and Louisville were the two. The two marks on the record.
And they were within one score. They were both one-score losses.
Right.
And they were one. Louisville was at home and SMU was on the road.
And they lost to SMU in overtime.
And yeah, it was an overtime game. So I mean, it just kind of depends. You kind of look at losses and wins. I honestly think that if Miami does not get in and Notre Dame does, I think that's gonna make a big stink about Notre Dame. And I saw someone tweet about it today. Don't schedule if you don't want Notre Dame in the college football playoff. Don't schedule them.
Just join a conference already. Like
they won't
just do
though.
it. Like,
They won't. Why
it.
would you? You only need to lose two things.
Because I actually am curious now. I'm looking at Notre Dame's schedule because I actually want to see what.
I feel like at some point the committee the committee just needs to say.
So here's Notre Dame. So here's Notre Dame's 2 losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
They lost at Miami by 3 on the road, and then lost at Texas A&M by 1 at home. And then they beat Purdue, garbage. They dominated Arkansas, garbage.
Yep.
Boise State, okay. NC State, not good. USC, okay. Top 20 team. Boston College, not good. Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, and Stanford,
All these like wins and losses are not impressive.
No.
Also,
No.
in my opinion, it should be like the NFL. If the two teams have played each other and we're kind of 50-50 on who's going to go in, go off head to head. Okay, Miami
100%.
beat them earlier in the season. It should go to Miami.
Well, it's kind of like this. This is why Oklahoma is above Alabama, because they beat them on the road and for the second year in a row. Like, that's why Oklahoma is up 8.
Well,
I will say this: it will not surprise me if Georgia loses, they still are in the playoff.
well, yeah.
They can afford a loss to Alabama and still make the playoff.
Yeah. I think this is the thing with Notre Dame too. It might be recency bias, but I mean, they had a similar schedule last year and they ended up making the national championship game.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. They proved this wrong last year, so maybe the committee's also looking at being like,
I don't
well,
know.
there's still a lot of pieces. You know.
Again, I think Texas Tech is my favorite to win it, my dark horse to win it.
I agree.
I think Ohio State's probably going to end up running away with it again, just because they are so sound on offense and defense that it's insane.
Well, like it's gonna get into when we get into Lane Kiffin. It's like I feel like it's kind of like Major League, where it's the team that has the most money and the most power to recruit is usually gonna win it all.
I think Ole Miss is probably not going to make the playoff just because Lane is not there.
Which is, in my opinion, is complete bullshit.
Well, so I'll say this because I brought it up last week of like, will Ole Miss get punished if Kiffin leaves? They actually moved up a spot.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna miss
From last
it
week
at
to
all,
this
honestly.
week.
Because it's
Well,
like,
I think
because my hot take is, and again, this is not going to affect my Ole Miss Lane Kiffin rant, but it's like, let the players play. Because they're going to be fired up. They're going to be pissed off. Let them go out there and try to prove something. And if they get bounced first round, who cares?
That whole scenario will be interesting because I can see both sides of that conversation, and we'll get into that a little bit. But let's get into last week. Nebraska gets their asses handed to them again by Iowa. Causes us to fire our defensive coordinator after 1 year, which probably the best move. I don't really know what this says for the program as a whole. People are losing their fucking minds, saying that Dylan's going to leave, that TJ's going to leave, everybody's leaving. We all suck. Here we go. The sky's fucking falling. And here we are, 7-5, going to a second straight year of a bowl game. And we don't want to even recognize that we had a semi-good season. It's not the season that we wanted by any means. We should have won 8 to 9 games. But we're going bowling again.
Not to be mean.
It wasn't too long ago, George, that we wished we were going to a bowl game.
Yeah, but it's Nebraska, right? Like there's always going to be that way too high expectation, and that's the thing is like our fan base doesn't give a shit about that.
Here's my problem. Why the fuck does the fan base think that we are worthy of a Big Ten championship berth? Why are we good enough to think that we are national championship worth? We aren't. We haven't proven it. We just are now getting back to the bottom of the barrel of being a subpar team, winnable team that doesn't lose, and we still lose stupid games. We still lost to Penn State. We still lost to Miami, and we still lost to Iowa. There's still a lot of growing pains, absolutely. But the fact that you can tell me right now that there isn't progress, you're just lying to yourself. It's not the progress that you wanted, but there's progress.
Not to
They're
be
going to a second straight bowl game.
Not to be mean, it feels like what you guys are saying is just like, why are Nebraska fans stunned by this? Like, obviously, y'all wanted to beat Iowa. You guys wanted to have this to happen. But why are you guys acting like this is like not typical for them?
No, it is.
Like
that's the problem.
They're meeting expectations.
That's the problem. they were put as 7, and the over under was 7.5. They hit 7.
Yeah, they're hitting their floor. They're not hitting their ceiling.
floor. They're just not hitting the ceiling, which is fine. Like, I get that we
Oh, he's
All
reading
right.
chat.
Sorry, real quick. 5-star Jared
Yeah.
Curtis. He's a quarterback. He just flipped to Vanderbilt from Georgia.
Yeah, I saw that
I saw
earlier
that
in the
earlier.
day. He's the highest
wild.
ranked. Money's involved there.
I
Money's
mean,
involved
still,
there.
but I mean, good for them. But to add on to the whole discussion, this is my thing, and I've been saying it all season with the defensive coordinator. The system didn't work. The play calling was bad. I think that was a lot of it. Obviously, not having Dylan towards the end of the season really hurt us, and now that's all up in air. But like, I agree with you, Harris. It's for me and Lucas. Like, we're a little bit more. I feel like just more open about it. But like, a majority of our fan base are the older heads, so like they expect 9 to 10 wins a year. It doesn't matter what the last 10 years looked like. It's just like, oh, it's a new year. They should be able to figure it out and just fart out 10 wins. Like, it is progress. It's going to be slower than everybody wants. It's going to be 5-6 years. We're on year 3.
Also, like,
I've been saying this, George, since you've probably known me.
Yeah.
This is not just a let's put a band-aid on a bullet hole. This is organizational. This is 20 years of having to rebrand the program.
Yeah.
Okay. This goes all the way back to us firing Frank Solich in 2002. Like, this is where it all stems. Yes, we had the consistency of Bo Pelini years of winning 9-10 games a year. We love that. Eichhorst ruined that. And here we are trying to pick up the fucking pieces, and people just want to see. They see Kurt Cignetti do it. That's an outlier. Nobody is doing what Kurt Cignetti is doing at Indiana. Not one fucking person.
Yeah.
And if you think that Matt Rule is going to be able to turn this around quicker just because it's year 3, you have another thing coming. Because thinking about it, Baylor, Baylor. But like, here's the thing: you're at a top 5 program, blue blood. As much as people want to shit on Nebraska, Nebraska is historically a blue blood program. We have over 800 plus wins in college football. Have we been successful in the last 20 years? Hell no, absolutely not. We are not a blue blood right now, but historically we are a blue blood, and people are still thinking that we're a blue blood right now. We're not. We're the bottom of the barrel of our own conference right now. We haven't been broken even in our conference since we joined the Big Ten, I don't think.
Probably,
I might be wrong.
Not since Bo Pelini. Or, yeah, probably that 1 year with Mike Riley, 2016 was the last time.
Yeah, so it's like, it sucks because I hate Iowa fans, especially online Iowa fans. Like, I have family that are Iowa fans. They're okay, whatever. But, like, that fan base is so fucking toxic. It is so toxic.
I mean, your entire chat during the stream.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm still laughing
was
about that one
terrible.
guy. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Ripping you to shreds.
I was like, dude, show me your trophy room.
I was very disappointed you didn't respond to me. I put in chat if I asked you if I sent you a YouTube clip if you would play it. You didn't respond to it.
I don't know what it was. What was it?
It was going to be the, I think, 2006 NCAA basketball tournament where Iowa lost to high school Northwestern State at the last second with the 3. I was gonna just have you shut up the crowd.
You know
They
what?
still bring that up as like a heartbreaking moment in their basketball program.
Like I said,
it's, you know what?
as a non,
Good for you, Iowa. You won your mediocrity.
no, I was gonna say
Go ahead.
as like an outsider was in that chat room defending Nebraska, being like Iowa fans, like, shut up, like, congratulations, you beat Nebraska. What does this prove as an organization? You guys should have been in the playoffs, but you guys let that slip away out of your hands. Like, y'all have no talking room in this matchup. Also,
it's just that
it's a one-sided rivalry.
Well, no, it is. You can't really call it a rivalry when it's been 10 out of the last 11. You can't. It's really not.
Yeah.
You really
And
can't.
it hurts.
It
I will
sucks.
say this.
the worst.
if Nebraska fans really want to look down the barrel of the gun, everyone wants to shit on Iowa. Like I'm all for shitting on Iowa. Fuck Iowa, right? However, what does that program do that's really that they do well compared to a lot of other Big Ten?
They play defense.
They play defense and they stick with their identity. Nebraska has not had an identity since Bo Pelini. We don't know what we want to do. We're like, oh hey, we got Dylan Raiola, and now we're running an air raid. Oh wait, no, Emmett Johnson's doing great. Let's just run the football. Like, how about we just stick with an identity? If that's throwing the rock everywhere, fine, but do it consistently. Iowa does that. That's why they win 8-9 games every fucking year, and that's why they almost make the playoff every year. And that's also why they dominate Nebraska. Just saying.
100%.
Just being honest.
100%.
It sucks
We're still going to a bowl game. Like, it's all doom and gloom right now, but let's just try to get through the bowl game and then
give some of those young guys some play time, right?
Just get through January 2nd and we'll see who's in the portal, who's not in the portal, what we can get. Let's hire a defensive coordinator. In my opinion, you got to call Jim Knowles from Penn State. Call him, get him in, or Jim Leonard, the old defensive coordinator who got snubbed out of the Wisconsin job. That guy can coach defense. He can coach Big Ten defense.
Not only that, with the portal, I like, please, for the love of God, get the big boys back. Go in 100%. The portal and get some defensive linemen. Like, Jesus
100%.
Fucking Christ,
I think
it is so hard to watch.
I think they were waiting for the younger guys that they know are going to be good. But, like, Tyson Terry, he's hurt. Has been dealing with that Achilles or a knee injury since state tournament wrestling last year. He's a freshman. He redshirted. He couldn't get healthy. Like, and it worked so well last year because you had a 3-3. You had the big guys up front. If you don't have big guys up front, you're going to get ran all over. And I think that's why they had to make the move. Yes, John Butler was a great secondaries coach. Absolutely 100%. You can see that Nebraska was a top 5 pass defense for 7 games. I'll give them 7 games. But those 2 games, awful. Awful. Cannot explain it. But we're flushing this down the toilet. Iowa gets bragging rights for another 365 days a year. Whatever. We'll beat you in basketball. We'll beat you in volleyball already. So fuck them. Anybody else got any thoughts on that? Or can we move to Ohio State, Michigan?
Are we...
Go on.
Yeah, because we're going in chronological order. Yeah, I think we're going to move on.
Yeah, Ohio State, Michigan, the game. I think the one biggest takeaway from here is why the hell did Michigan go away from what was working?
I don't know what they were doing. Like, I don't, like, it's just like, hey, we built all this confidence in our young, talented quarterback. How about we just don't use him the whole fucking game? It makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And Ohio State, I will give Ryan Day a lot of credit. He could have let them boys plant that flag, and it could have gone so horribly wrong.
Weren't the Michigan players like defending?
Yes,
yeah,
they sat out there for like an hour.
How about? Yeah, you know what? And I'm sorry, you don't get to do that, Michigan fans. I'm sorry. And they're like on Twitter and everyone, the Michigan fans are like, no, we have to defend our logo. Well, you guys got to do it last year, so it's only fair that Ohio State gets to plant it on yours.
Also, at the same time, like, Ohio State got the last laugh anyway because the mascot like drew out Ohio State and then X'd out Michigan.
Ohio.
So it's like you guys like defended like the middle of the field for nothing. Hilarious. How about you guys defend the end zone and win the game?
No, 100%. And I don't know. Julian Sayin had that really bad pick in the first quarter, but then he was just solid. He locked in, and that's kind of how you have to win games. And it's very, very impressive to see him do that as a freshman, for sure. But and again, they did run the ball really well.
Mm-hmm. Going back to Bryce Underwood, it's they definitely were preparing for the game to be like, we're going to heavily rely on the run. We're going to destroy them on the outside through the B and C gap. We're going to beat them that way. And then Ohio State said, hold my beer, and turned it into a typical Ohio State passing contest and said, try to match us. And it was clear that Michigan's head coach clearly had Bryce Underwood on baby mode and wouldn't take him off baby mode. Who cares? It's the last game of the season. Let it rip. Let it ride. Like you guys invested, like George said, you guys invested all of this time and energy into Bryce Underwood. You might as well just let him cook. See what happens. What's the worst case scenario? Oh no, he throws 3 interceptions. You guys lose the game anyway.
Honestly,
you guys are already on pace to lose for it.
Right,
Also, sorry. The last thing I was gonna say, in the middle of the third quarter, when it was like 4th and 8, and clearly the game was starting to shift towards Ohio State's direction, why would you punt it? Why would you punt it in that situation? I get it's 4th and 8, but Ohio State was clearly ripping your defense apart. It was that at that moment it was do or die drive. They had to go respond on that drive, and they punted it back, and Ohio State immediately went down and scored, and that was the game over after that drive.
Not only that, can we talk about Ohio State's Bo Jackson?
Yeah, that kid is a freaking
also
beast.
Great kudos to his parents being like, yeah, he's gonna be a good football player. Let's say him Bo.
No, it's literally he's gonna be a great D1 running back. Let's name him Bo Jackson.
Yeah, dude, he's got power. He's got speed. I mean, he hits great vision, and he's like, I was like, where's this guy been all year?
No,
Honestly.
George and I were joking in the group
Ryan,
chat
your
like,
thoughts?
oh sorry.
We're talking a lot of
No, go ahead.
No, I was like, George and I were joking in the group chat about like how when he gets drafted into the NFL, the Bo Jackson memes are going to just be hilarious. They're going to be like so many Bo Jackson memes.
probably. Ryan, your thoughts on all the Big Ten?
I mean, I'm just looking at the stat line for Bryce. That's pitiful.
Yeah.
It's
It's
But hey,
really
Ohio
bad.
State, they don't have to fire Ryan Day this year. They beat Michigan. It doesn't matter how they do in the playoffs.
So ridiculous. Dude, the crazy thing is, I think if they didn't get to the national championship last year, I think he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
Which would have been wild.
But Michigan and Ohio State, like those
I
two,
get it.
they're crazy about it. Like it's
I get it, but
insane.
it's just like, to me, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
No, you win 11 games a year, Ohio State. Oh no.
You got to the playoff. You got to compete for a national championship. I know. I understand it's the rivalry, but I get it. But
Yeah, but you didn't fire Brian Kelly after he lost to Alabama last year.
But guys, it's the game
Shut
and
up.
the rivalry. This one's different.
All right. Washington loses to Oregon. It was a very, very good game.
But dude,
I
the quarterback
loved
play
watching.
in this game for that first half, dude, it was terrible on both sides. Both quarterbacks underperformed in that first half. Like I just kudos to the defenses, but yeah, it was
Dude,
heartbreaker. Heartbreaker.
Deontay Moore didn't play his best game, but
neither did
Go ahead,
DeMond.
Meredith.
I think the key on Washington's side of the ball was DeMond Williams was so off like for like the first half. He started to kind of lock in at the end of the second quarter. And then defensively, I don't know. I think they were watching film and were realizing that Dante Moore likes to change and audible plays like in like the final like 5 seconds. So they were just, if you noticed, they were disguising their coverage every single down. Like on the key 70-yard touchdown, the safety was like brought down almost like a blitz to like throw him off. And then right as he was going to hike, he was going to run it back like to go back to cover 2. And Dante Moore, because it's obviously like, I always talk about this when it comes to coaching, when like you're going to do disguise coverages, it has to be in the rule of 3. If you do it more than 3 times, players and coaches are going to start picking up on what you're doing. And they're going to be like, oh, the safety came down 2 times earlier in the game. He's probably going to do the same thing again. Yep, he did the same thing again. Boom, just rip it straight down the middle. And that's exactly what happened. It was a 70-yard touchdown. They underestimated the returner on the slot route, and he just ran it 75 yards straight to the house, and that was the game.
yeah, I think that cemented Oregon being put in the playoff for sure. That was a huge win for them.
But I feel like if you're, I mean, as a Washington fan, and you have Jeff coming back, you have Williams coming back. Also, whatever you guys are going to do in the portal, your guys' running backs are great. The defense is awesome. Washington might be a sleeper to potentially win 10 or 11 games next year. Watch out for
Yeah,
Washington
100%.
next year.
But
100%.
Like, it's a big win for you, Harris, honestly.
yeah, the main thing I wanted to talk about, obviously we've talked about this before every single time we talk about Washington, but especially since this is their last regular season game, I kind of wanted to harp on this one last time. Dude, Denzel Boston and Jonah Coleman are going to be amazing players in the NFL next year.
If the Chiefs don't get Emmett Johnson, I would get Coleman for sure for that running back spot.
Well, like,
because we need it.
I'm biased as hell. I want Tampa to get Jonah Coleman because this is Rachaad White's contract here. Rachaad White's not really doing much in our backfield. Let's say give Sean Tucker a 1-year contract, and then we ride out with Bucky Irving and Jonah Coleman and Sean Tucker, because that would literally just be Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery 2.0. You got power and you got speed.
Yeah.
And that would be unstoppable for defenses to deal with. And then I don't know where Denzel Boston's going to go. I'm curious where he would be projected to go, because I feel like either late first round, early second round would be my guess.
I would say early second round. Yeah, I would say early second would probably be.
I just hope he doesn't go to the Titans or something. Like, I want him to go to like a team that's immediate receiver, but like not a team that will just destroy his career.
No, 100%.
I have a feeling it's probably gonna be
100%.
like, I know I'm saying that don't want to destroy his career. I have a feeling it's gonna be like the Raiders or something stupid.
Yeah, and that would suck. That would suck.
He's projected as a first or early second round draft pick.
Okay, so like where I was up, what we're saying.
Spot on. Pretty spot on there, Harris. All right, moving on from Washington. I think it's the one game that I got right.
No, you got you got the next one right. What we're gonna talk about. You did.
Oh, okay.
I had to re-listen to the college thing like for 15 straight minutes and count it up rightly, and I was like, am I 100% right that I got the records right? I'm like, yes, I did. It's gonna be interesting when we get to that, when we reveal that bullshit.
Yeah, Texas upsets Texas A&M. Me and Ryan. Wait. Was it me, Ryan?
No, I was the only one who picked
it was me. Or sorry, you, Ryan, and Connor. George was the only one who went A&M.
Yep. I didn't believe Arch could do it, but he proved me wrong.
Everyone went Arch.
He did a really good job.
Arch had, I know he's not in the running for it. Arch had his Heisman moment with that running touchdown.
No, but watch out for Arch next season. Like he figured it out. It took him all season, but man, he is playing what he advertised.
And honestly, I'm glad that Nebraska is not going to be playing them in a bowl game, because he is really.
Yeah. We would have got ripped apart.
He's so good.
I know he is.
Does A&M deserve to be in the playoff after losing to Texas?
Yes.
Okay. Can we
They're
get
11-1?
Yeah,
they're 11-1.
Speaking of college playoffs, can we talk about the argument that the Texas head coach tried to throw out after the press conference? Because this is stupid. About how Texas should be in the playoffs, and this is a robbery to college football.
I said the same thing last week. If they beat A&M, they have a shot.
You lost to a 4-8 Florida team. Absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, if they had like an impeccable resume where they had 3 losses, like really good teams, and then they beat like 5 ranked teams, sure. But if you lose to a 4-8 team, I'm sorry. If you're not 10-2, get out of here. Try next year.
No, but the thing that made me mad was like how he tried to like make the argument of like this would be sacrilegious to college football if they don't make the playoffs.
But they gotta do it, right? You gotta get some media going and stuff. Like you gotta go for your team. And like the way he said it, was it necessarily appropriate or like whatever? No, but it's Texas, man. Texas.
I'm laughing at Luke's face because Luke, that was my reaction to that video too. I was like, what am I watching?
Get the fuck out of here.
I
don't give a shit. I don't give a shit whether you're from Texas or Alabama. If you have 3 losses and one of your losses is to a team that fired their coach, you don't deserve to be in the playoff. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that bullshit. Not a chance. Get out of here.
Like if we're having debates about Miami being on the bubble of making it,
Miami, I understand if they were
Texas. I don't get the argument for.
That makes sense. Their 2 losses were to teams that were above 500.
Is Ryan gonna play devil's advocate?
Well, so look, let's just think about this.
Oh, here we
They've
go.
beaten Oklahoma. They've beaten Texas A&M. Those two teams already are in the playoff. They are playing in the playoff, I would say.
For right,
Mhm.
for right
They
now,
only
yeah.
lost to Ohio State 14-7.
And it was
That's
on the road.
That's your number one seed. That's more than likely your Big Ten
Like
champion.
I said, but this is the thing, Ryan. Those are all great wins, but why then just beat the 4-8 team, man, and then you're in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's so
That's
ridiculous.
my biggest gripe. You lost to a team that is 4-8. They're garbage. They were supposed to be a top 5 team this year, and they got boat raced.
And
They should
also,
not
if
have
the
lost that
SEC is,
game.
and also if the SEC is so good and it means more, why can't you beat the 4-8 team?
It's a 4-8 SEC team.
Okay,
I don't care
well,
if
then,
it's the SEC or not. I don't care if the AEC, American
like, Texas is
Conference,
back.
the Big
Texas is
Ten.
back,
I don't
baby.
care where they're
Da-da-da-da-da.
from.
Like,
I
yeah.
don't think it's. I wouldn't be upset if Texas showed up
I would.
because
I would be too, because it's
prove
Arch
they can
Manning
compete in it.
bias.
They prove they can compete in it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Compete next year too, and we'll talk.
No,
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm kind
It
of- I'm
feels
kind of
like
with it, 'cause
I feel like I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be
Texas.
mean to Ryan, but like it feels like if they do make it, it's just biased to Arch Manning just because Arch Manning is the quarterback.
Nah,
Thank you.
I will say I will say, kind of coming to Ryan's defense, their losses besides Florida are
No,
quality
Yeah.
losses.
I don't disagree with that argument. I'm just saying
No, I
Florida
agree.
should be the thing that just kicks him out.
No, I would agree with that. I think losing to Florida really, really puts a bad taste in your mouth. You can't lose that game. Like you preach about, oh, we should be in it. Oh, we should be in it. Don't lose to a 4-8 Florida team. And I'm pretty sure that was on the road, right?
It was
They
at
played
Florida.
him
No,
on
I
the
was watching
road
that game. It was at
at
Florida. It
Florida,
was during Gridiron
right?
Guys.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember that was like week 2 of Gridiron Guys. When we, on
Yeah,
the
we-
resurgence, we came back.
We were all
watching
picked
that game except for Ryan.
Yeah, that's right.
So I have a question. Depending on the scenario, does Vanderbilt deserve to go to the playoff?
No,
You sure?
No, because they don't have as
No?
many good wins.
no. Oh,
If they
no,
beat
no,
Alabama this year, I think it would be a different
But
discussion.
is that a quality win for Texas though?
Yes. I
Yeah,
think
it's in
I
there.
think it's a building win, but I don't think it's enough to push you into the playoffs.
It's a ranked
I
win,
think it's
and
I
they're
think
they're
it's
right
I
there.
think it's inconsistent though. It's
Yeah.
inconsistent. That's my problem. Is that
Well,
there's not consistency.
It's subjective, right? That's what
yeah,
happens when you
and-
bring humans into it, right? And it's not a computer look and analyzing stuff, right? That's part of it. It's an opinion.
What was the score of that game?
the
one
Florida
second, just
game?
had it up.
They lost by like 3,
So-
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they beat Vanderbilt 34-31.
Yeah.
Overtime or just straight up?
No,
believe-
but they were up big, and Vanderbilt almost came back and won that game too.
I would
That's
say
another
no. And Diego Pavia should not be the Heisman front runner. It should be either Julian Sand or
However,
Mendoza. The
I
fact that
don't
he
disagree.
is stupid.
I don't disagree he's the Heisman frontrunner. However, NFL wise, watch out.
I
He-
don't know. He's got that Manziel vibe, and I don't.
I could see him being more like a Baker, where it's like, again, here's the thing. What have I said on this podcast about quarterbacks? Would you think Vanderbilt would be as good without him?
No.
There
I
you
will
go.
say that he's a difference maker. He's a difference maker for sure.
He's a
Does he win the
smaller
Heisman?
school QB. I know it's SEC, but it's like, again, he's not a big school QB,
That's fair.
and he's carrying
Every
that
N-
roster like crazy.
Yeah, I will
think
say
his
every
play
NFL
translates.
stadium is already banning his family from going to game day.
Oh my God, it'd be like Mahomes, but like 10 times worse.
Yeah, no, it's
his
not
mom.
His brother
Yeah, his brother just got
Yeah, his
arrested.
brother
and-
just
well, he
got
got
arrested
arrested
again.
during the game.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that
Public
family.
Wait, hold up,
intoxication.
what?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
You
didn't
didn't
see
hear
that?
about that?
It was
No.
during
Yeah,
the
his
Tennessee
brother.
game.
Public
Uh,
intoxication at the Vanderbilt game.
Yeah, because he was pissing somewhere where he shouldn't have been, right? Is
Yeah,
that what it was?
mhm.
Oh my
in the
God.
stadium,
He's a jackass.
like
I-
in the bleachers.
I don't. You get all this fame, you get all this stuff, like whatever, fine.
Hey, you know, ride the
Whatever.
wave.
I don't
right?
really.
What the
I don't,
fuck?
I don't really care. I don't really care. All right, Ryan, break down the FCS playoff picture. We have some
Finally,
games
real
happen.
playoffs. We'll speed run it. We're speed
All
running
right,
Was there
talk
any-
to me,
was there any-
Ryan.
Was there any big upsets?
So
like,
to
surprising
start,
wins.
so the Ivy League we know, this was their first playoff appearance. They had Harvard and Yale, almost completely embarrassed by both schools. Harvard loses to Villanova 52-7.
Damn.
Yale comes back 35-7 at the half to beat Youngstown State 43.
I did see that.
That was awesome.
did see
That was
I did see
crazy
that.
highlight.
The two first-round Southland teams are unfortunately out. Abilene Christian beat Lamar 30-20 and will play their second straight Southland team at SFA, who they beat in the regular season at SFA 28-20. I expect SFA to probably win that game because I guarantee you they took these last 2 weeks to prepare straight for Abilene. They knew Lamar wasn't going to win that, so I guarantee you they prepared for Abilene the entire 2 weeks. Southeastern lost to Illinois State 21-3. I was watching that game. Southeastern couldn't get anything done, unfortunately. It was an unfortunate performance from them. All three Dakota teams in the first round won easily, no surprise. And then in non-playoff FCS news, but it was FCS Louisiana news, the Bayou Classic in New Orleans was this past Saturday between Southern and Grambling. Southern, who was 1-10 and 0-7 in SWAC, going into this, pulled off the upset against the rival Grambling 28-27. They were trailing 14-0 at one point. This win marks their fourth straight win against the Tigers.
1-10.
Wow.
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, that's terrible. Well, we'll see you next week for FCS time. That was
I
right.
think it's bullshit that the Ivy Leagues want out. Play your fucking game. Get good. Skill issue.
Yeah. All right, Ryan.
We're going more notes. I'm going right into talking. Yes, Lane Kiffen. It's official. He is the LSU coach.
Lane train, baby. Honestly, I love this. And let me get my hot take out of the way.
You want to get into contract details before you get your you do your hot take, or you want to go to your hot take and then we'll go into?
I think contract details and hot take.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
He signed a 7-year, $91 million contract. If fired without clause, LSU would owe him 80% of his remaining salary at the time of firing. No offset clause in the contract, which means LSU cannot withhold any cash.
And how much money are they paying coaches now?
52 million they're paying fucking Brian
this is
Kelly.
the last month that we have to pay Ogeron.
And Ogeron too.
So, okay. Luke, you get your hot take out of the way because I was about to say something about the
Go
contract.
ahead. I do have more details, but we'll go ahead and get your hot take. 'Cause that's probably where it comes from.
So with the track record of Lane Kiffen, that clause is getting activated, right?
It could.
No.
If he leaves.
No.
If he
He's
leaves.
going to leave at some point.
I think he'll leave it.
I will say, so I need to find the tweet. I didn't quite understand it. You can keep going, but of like what he would owe if he left, but that what he would owe would be cut in half if our current AD was gone when he left.
That is such a weird clause.
That is a weird clause.
My thing is, I understand where the Ole Miss AD is coming from. Yes, he has to live in Ole Miss. But you're willing to tell me that you would say, I understand he's probably going to poach, but here's the thing. He's going to poach them anyway. He's going to poach those players even if he's not coaching the team.
Here's the thing. It's a different story between calling them on the phone going, hey, can you come to LSU? Rather than coaching them every single day at practice, talking to all your players one-on-one and having individual conversations and then being like, get your ass over here. I see why Ole Miss is not letting him coach.
Or do you let him play? Or do you let him coach? Give him a chance to win a national championship.
No. You chose to
Here's the
left.
thing.
You
Ole
chose to
Miss's
leave.
whatever Ole Miss's reasoning of not wanting Lane Kiffen to coach has been thrown out the window because they're letting Charlie Weiss Jr. coach in the playoff.
Yeah.
I
don't
earlier
agree with
today.
that. I don't.
They just
agree
don't
with
want
that.
Lane Kiffen to coach, but they
they don't.
LSU
because
was going to let him. LSU is letting Weiss to coach. They just don't want him to coach.
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
and
because
that's
they're
fine.
spiteful.
That's their
That's so stupid,
Okay.
though. That's so dumb because let's say Lane Kiffen does. He wins a national championship.
Mhm.
And then let's say he leaves and goes to LSU, right? And let's just say that the LSU thing doesn't work out. Who has the last laugh? Ole Miss does. Now they don't even get the opportunity to do that. And watch.
No.
They might not even make it.
I
now.
don't disagree with Ole Miss. this is what I was going to talk about in the group chat. I didn't want to like blow my load early enough before the podcast. The issue with college football is the way the transfer portal is set up and the way that coaching is set up. Because the way that it's set up right now, it's just the Wild West. You can pay whatever players you want. There's no contracts. There's no nothing. And unlike the NFL, I think it should be like the NFL. If your team is already locked to make the playoffs, I'm sorry, you have to stick with your team. LSU, no offense, should have to go sit on their ass and wait for Lane Kiffin to finish their run. Just like how if you're in the NFL and you're coaching in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl, you have to stay your ass there until you finish.
And it's what is it about on these teams? I'm sorry, it's not about all these coaches making all this money. It's about the kids that, I mean, yes, they're getting paid too now, but at the same time, they earned it. The players did. And they might not make the playoff now because LSU, and I understand where LSU's coming from. They're like, hey, our season's over. We need to start recruiting, like whatever. But I agree with Harris. I think they need to reevaluate when these coaches can leave and when the transfer portal opens because it's bullshit.
I also think
I will say I don't necessarily think it's Kiffin's fault. I don't think it's Ole Miss or LSU's fault. It's because, I mean, first and foremost, they are student athletes. They are in college, and part of this is to kind of beat the spring semester starting so they can get students in to enroll in classes. So you're kind of like, I mean, obviously, I think some schools have like A term and B term classes. You can start midway through the semester, but like, it is kind of all influenced by the academic portion.
I will say this, and I've been saying this, and I think Rule has said this as well. Make the transfer portal after spring.
Yes, I agree with that.
After the spring semester and into summer, so that you can at least have some gauge on what your quarterback room, what your positions are going to be looking like. Because even if because look at Nebraska, like let's use Nebraska as an example. Nebraska's recruiting class for 2026 is god awful. They're only signing 9 guys. They're going to be hitting the portal so fucking hard that you won't even, your head will spin. That's what's going on, and people will have been jumping down my throat saying, "Oh, well, look at their 2026 class. It's not very good." Well, look at their 2027 class. It's a top 3. It's almost the best class in college football right now in the 2027 recruiting class.
But here's
like this is the problem. If you make it a spring, if you make it the portal spring, you give the opportunity for coaches to coach, even if they're making the playoff. This January 2nd window is awful. It's terrible. Now you're going to be waiting on pins and needles on, all right, a guy's going to be playing in the playoff, but he's looking to transfer at the end of the year, at the end of the year, but he can't transfer until after their season's over. So why the fuck are we making it in January 2nd when you can make it just as easy in the spring semester?
And again, I'll back up your argument. I think Lane Kiffin is going to break the transfer portal so hard that in 2026 or 2027, after the season's over with, probably 2027, it's going to be completely different. Lane Kiffin has even publicly said that out loud. He says the college football system is broken and I'm going to break it.
No, absolutely, 100%. And
LSU is going to be a problem. I think LSU is going to outbid every single school in the SEC, in the Big Ten. Anyone, no one's going to be able to compete with them. Maybe Texas can, and that's it.
As they should. Here's the thing. I love Lane Train. I think, and this is my big brain plan. I want him to be so successful at LSU, and then something like bad happens. I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to just. But I want him to kind of fall off the face of the earth again, like he did at USC. And then he comes to Nebraska and he brings back his dad's reputation and he brings Nebraska back.
Okay, this is what I want to happen with LSU.
That would be amazing.
I love that for you, Luke. That's not going to happen. Here's my realistic scenario that I want to happen. I want LSU to win the national championship in 2027, in the 2026 season. I want everyone in college football to be like, that's fucking bullshit. Lane Kiffin is a problem. And then we have to go and change the transfer portal rules. We have to add a salary cap to all these college teams, and it's more like the NFL.
Well,
and you can't poach
so
coaches during the season.
As
You
it
have to
should
wait for
be.
them to finish their
So-
year, and everything is
here's the
even
thing.
and balanced.
With the salary cap, you already have that with rev share.
Cool.
All of these schools get rev share, and you can't go above that. And if you do,
Cool. Add
you
a
have to-
salary floor
you
as
have
well.
to-
Salary floor and cap, just like the NFL.
It has to. It has to go.
I don't think you
it
can
has
do a
to-
salary floor.
I don't think you can do a salary throw.
Not with the
floor in
smaller
college
schools.
football.
At that
No,
point,
not
you
with-
do have
Yeah.
to. At that point, the Power Four schools have to be in their own league.
No, because
No,
it's like
100%.
it's like I just
Which I
want
think
I
that's
just
where
don't
it's
want
going
the ability
eventually,
where
too.
LSU is able to outbid like another like Indiana, for example. Like let's say Indiana's still in the race and they're like trying to get players. That's kind of fucking
Well,
bullshit. I don't
Indiana-
want it to be where like the investors are
That's-
basically deciding who gets to go where. That's where I don't like
that's
where college
why-
is going. I think it's like too much like the Major League
that's-
Baseball where it's like the teams that have the
that's
most money
100%
just
what it's
control
going.
everything.
They do. Look at Indiana. Indiana has one of the biggest investment like alumni ever. Mark Cuban.
Ohio
do you
State.
know
Look
him?
at
Yeah.
that, the $25 million a year. Easily.
Yeah, so that's where they're getting all of their money is from all of these donors, and and here's the thing, I'm okay with that because eventually every team's gonna have a big donor that is gonna push out money. Look at Texas Tech.
Yeah, but you have
Yeah,
to
money
but
oil
every,
money.
every school's not gonna have Patrick Mahomes. Or oil money.
Well, it's not even Patrick. It's not even Patrick
No,
Mahomes.
it's
the
oil
oil
money.
man.
Yeah.
The oil man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's oil man. He's putting out money
Um,
like it's like he is growing it.
One quick back thing to the transfer portal. You know when the college football video game has a better transfer portal window than the actual real life, that's where it's a problem.
Right at the end of the season.
Right. That's all I'm asking for. Like literally, just at the after the college football semifinals are done. If you're not playing in the national championship, it's open season, baby.
Agreed.
I don't like it at the end of the season. I would rather it be in springtime.
Or that's fine too, but not
Like
after.
you mean like the
conference
NFL, like
championship week.
March, like the NFL?
Yeah, March.
Yeah,
or
free
April.
agency period,
Like make it
right?
make it a
Like
a
right,
part. make-
right as the spring semester is ending.
Yeah.
Like in that
Yes.
latter half, when people
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that they need to leave for whatever reason. they
Yes,
transfer for
100%.
whatever.
Let them go through spring ball, and if they really don't feel like they're gonna
'Cause,
be made
okay,
a fit, then transfer.
this
And
is-
then you get
this-
a whole off season to where you make a decision. After that, you go to your new team, you learn the playbook, you get summer ball a little bit, and then you get implemented into that other team. I think
Yeah.
the spring semester makes the most sense.
Wait. I think we cracked the
agree.
code. March is when the transfer portal should open. Mid-January to
football,
late
yes.
February is when your team should be poaching coaches. It shouldn't be right now. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
This
Well, you
is
still
where
got
the issue
signing
is.
day. That's one of the reasons why coaches are
Yeah,
brought
because
in
early
early. Is because
signing
of
day.
National
Because
Signing Day. and all
I
that.
also
Yeah,
okay.
That's why too.
Getting
I think it's a
getting
fucking
away
joke
from
in
the
the
system for a
first
second,
place.
going back to Lane Kiffin. I'm sorry. The other thing that pisses me off about Lane Kiffin is the fact that he gave his entire coaching staff a fucking ultimatum. That is fucking horrible. You're gonna have your
Yeah.
entire
Time
staff
out.
has to come with me on a
Time
plane
out.
right now,
Time out.
or you're
Time
not
out.
coming on my
Time
staff.
out.
It works
I'm
for
not-
some coaches, and I got the notes.
No,
We
that's a
haven't gotten
fucking
to that
dick
part.
not a-
move.
He's not
No,
a good guy though, Harris. I don't know why you're surprised.
I'm not
He
surprised.
does this
I am not
stuff.
surprised, but I still have the right to be just as mad at it because that's a fucking dick move.
I love.
He just
I
fucked
love
over Ole
the
Miss.
fact- See, so, okay.
sorry.
So he gave them.
As an
5 or
LSU
6
fan, should I be
years.
upset?
No, you should not be upset. But the
No,
rest of the rest of college football should be like, this is fucking bullshit.
Ryan, Ryan, I don't give a single fuck about this.
No, I don't
really-
care either.
I love the
I don't
fact
care.
that Lane Train is going to be able to.
Luke, this
to
shit you
go
should
out
care
and
about
make
this
LSU awesome.
because this is
I
gonna fuck
don't
everyone
care
over.
about it.
I'm glad Ole Miss is
How?
going to burn
Because-
and probably lose in the first
Okay,
round of the
Luke, let's say
playoffs.
you want someone in the transfer portal, right? And LSU comes up and goes, "That's our guy. He's going to LSU."
They can't get everybody. That's the problem. Like if you're gonna get
He's gonna get all
one.
the
part
majority
of
of the 5 and 4-star players are going to LSU. I've already accepted that reality. Most of the elite
No,
top percent talent is already going to LSU. It's
You
what it
would
is at
be
this point.
okay, then I'll throw exactly what you just said to me. Then why didn't LSU get that kid from Georgia that flipped to Vandy?
Yeah.
He's a 5-star. He's the top quarterback. Why is he not going to LSU? See, this is the problem. and Harris, this is the thing. It's not like the NFL. It's not. There are other big teams that will be able to compete with LSU.
It's gonna just be
Alabama.
It's gonna be the Texas. That's it. It's gonna be Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and
Ohio State.
Ohio State. That's it.
Does it too. Michigan's damn near
compete
paid.
too.
Dude, they took Bryce Underwood from LSU. They literally gave him $4 million to go to Michigan. He was committed to LSU for how long, Ryan? He was
2
pretty
years,
committed to LSU, was he not?
Wait, who was this?
It was
Bryce
couple years.
Underwood.
Oh, yeah.
He was committed
2 years,
for
I
at
think,
least
right?
a year and a half. And Michigan came in and said, we'll pay you exactly whatever you want. Blank check. Dave Portnoy comes out and says, oh yeah, we'll pay you anything. And he ends up at Michigan. So it can happen. I understand your gripes. I do. But I really don't think that it's going to happen the way that you think it is. Because if that were the case, then all of the kids would be going to LSU. And that's just not happening. Because all of these other teams can pay these players to stay if they would like. That's the thing. Like, it's not just all cut and dry. I think the funny part about this whole thing, and this is the bullshit part, he wasn't even allowed to go to the last meeting at Ole Miss with his players.
Why would you let him?
So if you want to talk about what?
Why
Well,
would
the
you?
thing is, though, people,
right.
well, but the thing is, though, people are saying that he never told the players because he wasn't allowed to.
He never got the opportunity to.
I think as the head coach, you coached them to 11-1. You deserve to at least they gave Brian Kelly the opportunity to say goodbye.
If you're not going to allow him to coach, at least allow him to get his side of the story out to the players. Because now there were guys tweeting like, dude, we don't even know. Like, he wasn't even allowed to talk to us. And that looks bad on Ole Miss. I understand Ole Miss's AD saying, I have to live here. You cannot coach. That makes sense to me. Do I like it? Not really, because I think it probably benefits you to let him coach. But that's just me.
But it goes back to what I was arguing earlier. If you leave him in the room with all these players, in person hits different over the phone. Because they can talk to him every day. He'll constantly be recruiting these kids to LSU every single day.
I understand.
But the thing is, though,
during the playoffs,
you're allowing Charlie Weiss to coach. That's going to happen. This isn't because of recruiting. This is just out of spite at this point.
It's out of spite. It's by both sides. Both sides.
He's going to poach the players either way. It doesn't matter.
That's my thing. It doesn't matter. He's going to poach them anyway. I think the thing that they should have done, I think this would have smoothed everything over, is allowing him to at least tell the team that he was going to move on. Every other coach that either has been fired or is taking a new job has gotten the opportunity to tell their team that they are going to do it. And Lane Kiffen wasn't allowed to, and I think that's garbage.
I'm with Harris in the fact that I agree. I do not think he should ever be able to coach in this scenario. However, not being able to explain himself to his own players that he personally recruited. Developed, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think he deserves that right to say, hey, you know what? I took this job. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to ride it out. Good luck with the season. Give me a holler if you want to come to LSU.
No, that's why he's being petty, because they didn't allow him to do something that a lot of coaches have been able to do in the past.
Right. No, I don't disagree. This is they're both petty with each other, but I think Lane Kiffen one-upping it and being like, I'm taking my entire coaching staff. You don't get anybody. Is kind of fucking terrible.
Well, he only ended up taking what, five guys?
It was 4 or 5. Who want to continue going through?
The defensive coordinator is going to stay. They're thinking about making him the head coach.
Which is, I think, that's what I would do if I'm Ole Miss. Like, fine, fuck you. You're the offensive guy. Cool, we're going to go with the defensive guy and see what happens.
Do you want to keep going through some of the stuff that I have?
Go ahead.
There's some other stuff that we can talk about. So the contract includes an automatic escalator for if he wins a national title, which would make him the highest paid coach in the country, but it's just a one-time bump. So I think right now Kirby Smart is the highest paid at 13.28. Lane would be averaging $13 million a year. And the bump would get put past Kirby. Here's an interesting one. LSU will pay Kiffen the following based off of Ole Miss's playoff performance. I don't know if this is stacked. I don't know.
Wait, they could rob him of money? Let's go.
I don't know if this is I don't know if this is stacked or if it's just if the max the
insane.
championship win. So Kiffen will get, based off of Ole Miss's performance, Kiffen will get on a first round win 150,000, quarterfinal win 250,000, semi win 500,000, runner up 750, and championship 1 million. I did the math. That's about 2.6 million if they win the national championship.
At what point does Charlie Weiss, if he wins the national championship, be like, hey, Lane,
get a cut of that.
give me half.
That's what I would do if I'm him.
No, and that's the other thing is that LSU was willing to pay that to him.
So here's another thing.
Off of Ole Miss's dime, like they weren't gonna. Ole Miss wasn't gonna be on the hook.
Also, can you?
So to me, I think this is so stupid. Why they didn't allow him to do it?
Also,
Okay,
can you imagine this is the NFL? Just imagine this. Like we're poaching the Rams offensive coordinator again. I'll talk about him later when we get to the Bucs game. They're like, all right, if the Rams win the Super Bowl, we're gonna pay you $5 million. Like, what kind of bullshit is this?
No, I love it.
So
Right.
we know Ole
College
Miss would
football's
not
a
allow him
different
to coach
animal.
the Rebels in the playoff, even though he wanted to. But according to Yahoo Sports, LSU would have allowed it, with LSU AD Verge Osbury saying, "quote You get to the playoffs, please coach the team."
100%, and it's a win. Honestly, it's a win-win scenario for everyone involved. He wins a national. He wins a national championship. Ole Miss has never, or have they won a national championship in
Nope.
football?
No,
They haven't won an SEC championship.
Never.
they haven't been to the
They've
playoffs in how many
never-
years?
The
No,
one
they've
division title
never-
they claim was in 2003. LSU technically won that and went to the SEC championship. It was like a shared division title.
See what I mean here? You get to make your mark at Ole Miss.
This
Oxford,
was their best
awesome.
regular season ever, just to put that in
awesome,
perspective.
awesome environment, great people. They don't win championships. They've been the laughing stock of the SEC for so long. Yes, they had Hugh Freeze. Yes, they had those up years, but they never made an SEC championship in those years. This is the closest thing that they have had to glory since Arch won. Really,
No.
if you really want to be particular about this.
Okay, like again, we've talked about it like at length. We get the appeal of LSU, but like to me as like a coach, the appeal of Ole Miss would be crazier. Like if you win them a national championship, you're a fucking legend in that environment. Like why wouldn't you want to build that legacy? Like why would you want to build on top of another legacy when you could create your own legacy somewhere
money-
else?
Money.
Money and-
resources,
and-
facilities.
And
Yeah.
he can
Money.
and with LSU he has more of a reach.
For sure.
He-
I just think, guys, I'll be honest with Lane. It's just about the money. I
Yeah.
don't think he cares about any of the other things that Harris talked about. It is literally this. That's it. That's all the man cares about. Honestly, that's a hot take, but his actions, where he's moving from and stuff, that's what I'm seeing, man.
I mean-
because again, if he really cared about all those things, he would have stayed at Ole Miss.
I mean, I'm going to
To be
defend your
perfectly
argument,
honest.
George, but like, I was just talking about like as a hypothetical, not Lane Kiffin, just like as a coach in general. If you have the choice between like the SEC, like a bigger SEC school and a smaller SEC school, personally, I would take the smaller SEC school. Again, I'm just going off of what I'm saying. What Lane Kiffin's track record is, that makes sense. I mean, fired off the tarmac at USC, Nick Saban saying, "Get the fuck out of my program," and then what he
Well,
just did at Ole Miss.
I get it.
Here's my ultimate hot take. I'm gonna say what I said. I think LSU wins the Natty next year, and then he fans out in 2 years. And I think under 3.5 years, he's gone to LSU. He's coaching somewhere else.
Really, under 3.5.
I think under
I
3.5.
don't think that happens. I think
don't think
LSU
that
is
happens.
one of
He's
those
gonna have.
ceiling
I think it's
programs.
Brian Kelly 2.0, except he went to Natty.
No.
No.
You can't get any worse than Brian Kelly. There's
Hey, you know
more
what?
shit that's
Well, all
come
your
out
words,
about
if
his
you're right,
behavior.
it's a hell of a take.
He might not get another head coaching job.
No, I think
With
he.
all
might
I
not,
think
yeah.
he may get. I think he'll get another head coaching job, but I don't think. I still
be-
think he
it won't
fans
be
out in
a
3.5
program.
years, maybe 4.
Ryan, you got any more interesting things on this? or-
So Charlie Weiss Jr. has joined Kiffin as LSU's new OC. We know he'll be allowed to coach Ole Miss during the playoffs. LSU's also signed tight end coach Joe Cox, wide receiver coach George McDonald, inside wide receiver coach Sawyer Jordan, head of strength and conditioning Nick Savage, and senior executive director of player personnel Mike Williams. LSU interim head coach Frank Wilson will coach in the bowl game, and as of right now, defensive coordinator Blake Baker is staying at LSU, though allegedly Tulane has extended an offer to him. He played at Tulane as a linebacker in the early 2000s.
he'll probably do that.
Supposedly
the
people are
interim-
thinking. Supposedly people are thinking that Lane has is convincing Baker to stay for a few years, have that success, and have a Power 4 head coaching job lined up after a few years. That's what he's supposedly has been like feeding into.
Is the interim the guy who's interiming right now? Will he be on Lane's staff, or is that up in the air still?
I would say that's up in the air.
As of
isn't
right
it?
now, he's the running backs coach, so he might stick around. I mean, the one thing that I think LSU had success is the running game. There's they have a freshman running back that is, when he's on the field, he's killed it. So I don't think they get rid of him. I think he stays around.
Interesting.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well,
all right, good discussion, guys.
Florida also has a new coach, Summerall,
who will be allowed to coach Tulane in the conference championship and the playoff if they make it.
I think
that's a bit different though, because it's completely different.
I think Tulane and Florida are two different fucking things.
Whatever,
but it's still funny. It's still funny.
But also that means victory. We keep Jetfish. Fuck y'all. Fuck this bullshit. Jetfish's family. You guys can chill in Florida. I don't care. Stay in Orlando. Woo!
You get him for another year.
Demond, he's gonna ride out Demond.
Can we talk about Penn State still not having a guy?
That's wild.
I've heard rumors. That they're going after the BYU coach.
No, can we talk about that? The whole Mormon war with BYU right now? That's nuts.
BYU coach. BYU said no.
You have not heard about this?
What?
So no, the BYU head coach is currently the Mormon religion is currently getting in his ear, basically saying it would be like sinful for him to leave BYU. It would be anti-religion. They are literally using his religion against him to keep him at BYU. And advertisers and sponsors of BYU are coming in basically like, if you stay, we'll pay BYU more money. It's like, it's getting fucking crazy. It's like a full-on war between Penn State and BYU.
All I know is he already told Penn State no. So that's out. Like whether that's true or not.
No, because the Mormon religion literally where like, if you leave, it's sinful. Like you have to stay at BYU. It's like, it's just, like I said, it was a full-on war.
That's so fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, so here's a tweet. I mean, there's a video on it, so I won't play the video, but it says, we have a full-blown war breaking out over BYU coach and Penn State. Penn State was reportedly inches away from signing him to be their next head coach, but the Mormon Church and several billionaire BYU alums got this.
God.
Wow.
Penn State's really.
Is he Mormon?
I don't know if he.
I don't
see. That's
he's not Mormon. Who gives a shit? Get out of there.
I don't think he is.
Do you have to be?
I know he's religious, but I don't know what religion he responds to.
Is he Polynesian? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
he's not.
Weirdly, there've been a lot of Polynesian football players from BYU. It's very weird.
I guess as of this afternoon, BYU has kept their coach, right?
Yes, correct. He's not leaving.
Also, just learned Penn State is ranked number 129th in the nation for their 2026 recruiting class, and they have no coach. Ugh. They thought.
Yeah, this is gonna turn really bad on them.
Okay.
But speaking of BYU, let's get into our picks.
Yeah.
Or here.
No, I was gonna say, do you guys have any predictions on who is gonna end up at that Penn State job?
I don't know.
I don't know. Pat Fitzgerald got the Michigan State job.
Guys, you know what's going to happen now?
I think that's a great hire.
You know what? I do have a prediction at this point, since there's not really as many big names. Obviously, that will change as things go down. I think it's going to be Terry Smith now, their interim head coach.
I think they should at least give him a shot, at least a 2 year.
And now you have.
As a petty Washington fan, I want Kellen DeBoer to leave Alabama and go to Penn State and watch Alabama fans freak the fuck out. That's my hopeful dream scenario.
That would be quite funny.
I'm sorry, the grass ain't greener on the other side. Why you want to be the guy after the guy?
Yeah.
I will say National Early Signing Day is this weekend. They got to pull the trigger.
They have to hire somebody, man.
It starts tomorrow and goes till Friday.
Yeah.
So they got to pull the trigger.
Because they're already losing guys left and right to Virginia Tech, and as they should, because I don't think that firing James Franklin was a good idea. But anyway, Harris, what were the records last week?
Yeah, it'll take not that long for college. Everyone tied. I had to recount this 5 different times. Everyone went 2-2.
Oh.
Nice.
for different reasons.
Wow.
Okay.
Luke,
Let's get into the reason.
so Luke went 2-2
Uh,
because he picked Nebraska. Obviously, that's one reason why everyone picked Nebraska except for me. So that's how I got one win in my column.
Fuck you.
Damn.
Everyone went Texas except for George. There's your other win.
Ah.
Everyone picked Michigan
Okay.
except for George. I should have stuck with my gut. And I'm mad at myself for not sticking with my gut and getting everyone convinced by me. I should have just rod with Ohio State.
OHI.
And then everyone picked Oregon
Damn.
except for me, Washington. So that's your 2-2 split.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy, dude. Rivalry week, man.
Yeah.
I should have just stuck with my gut.
You
Yeah,
should
you
have.
should have. I should have also picked Iowa.
Yeah.
I was tempted to
I
pick
will
Oregon, but I
be-
wanted to
I will-
match his Luke energy, so I just went with UW.
Peer pressure.
I will be streaming all this weekend, championship weekend from the Big 12 championship. I probably won't be watching the ACC championship because it's at the same time as the Big 10, and obviously I'm going to
Big
watch
10,
the Big 10
baby.
championship. So
Nobody from the ACC championship game is going into the playoffs anyway.
yeah,
so
yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Why
Virginia, that's crazy.
aren't we picking the American Conference? Because that one actually has more stakes. Is it not?
We can do that one
No.
too.
It would technically have more stakes.
Sure,
Yeah,
fine. Get the
it's
get
German.
the
Yeah, scrap
thing
Duke and
out.
Virginia.
BYU versus Texas Tech in Dallas, Texas for the Big 12 championship. Texas Tech's favored by 12.5. BYU and the over/under is 49.5. I think the distractions of what BYU's having to deal with right now is going to be not great. I think Texas Tech had their number last time, and I think it might be even worse. Texas Tech is just a really solid football team on offense and defense. I really, really like Texas Tech here, and they'll win the Big 12 championship and probably get one of the top four seeds in the bye. And I think that works for them. I think the money that the oil man is bringing in is really doing work. So I'm going to take Texas Tech. Ryan?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Texas Tech as well. I mean, it is very difficult to beat the same team twice in 1 year, but I think there's too much going on in BYU. I don't think they have what it takes to keep up with them. I'm going Texas Tech.
George?
Yeah, I mean, it's I agree with everything you guys are saying as well. Texas Tech by money line. It might get ugly. I mean, time will tell as we get close to the game.
Harith?
Yeah, I'm riding Texas Tech as well. Even though however, I will say in defense of BYU, that first quarter,
That game we watched.
that
fun.
first, if it's more like the first half of that game, BYU may have a chance. If it's more like the second half, Texas Tech is just running away with it.
Yeah.
They have to stick to
100%.
stick to a low scoring defensive game. They don't even have a shot at it.
I will say this. I think this is my most anticipated game of the day. Texas Tech BYU is this Big 12 championship is going to be fun as hell. So we all agree Texas Tech is going to win. Let's move on to the SEC championship. Georgia versus Alabama. Georgia's favored by 2.5. Over unders 47.5. Ryan, since you're our SEC guy, who do you think?
Does it even matter?
I mean, not
They're both
Like,
really
if
well.
Alabama loses, are they still in?
They might be.
they might be. Yeah,
That Florida State
might
loss
be.
looks real
That
bad.
Florida
though.
State loss. If we're gonna
Yeah.
have the same energy for Texas, then we have to have the same energy for.
But do they only have
Alabama.
one loss?
Actually, two.
Alabama only have one loss?
Two-
Two losses?
they have two.
Who was the second?
Florida State
Oklahoma.
and Oklahoma.
The Oklahoma loss and the Georgia loss would probably
They're number 10 right now. Guys, if
Florida
If
State.
they lose, they're out. They're number 10 right now.
Chaos.
I'm gonna go
Chaos.
Georgia partly because, I'm going Georgia partly because I would want Alabama to be out, just to get somebody else in.
Yeah. George.
You guys hear that? I hear some dogs barking. Yeah, dogs all the way, dude. They're covering. Dude.
Oh, sorry.
We're not-
Yeah, back. I wanted to do that, but I don't have the aura to do that. So.
Harris.
Yeah, you know what I said about the Penn State thing? Fuck Helen DeBoer. Give me Georgia by 50.
Who could have seen that coming?
I'm taking the Tide. I think
I knew you were. I knew it.
I think they might.
Boo.
I will say this.
Blitz, Bama, blitz.
They've had Georgia's number the last 2 years.
That's true.
That's fair.
Kalen DeBoer has coached really, really well against this Georgia team. I might even take them plus 2.5.
Take the money line, you coward.
I don't know. I could see Georgia winning, but I think Bama's gonna keep it close. Either keep it close or they might just win this game. I'm not even gonna.
It's gonna be close. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong. Like, it will be close. It's
Luke.
a neutral site. I don't mind it.
I'm not trying to convince you to change your pick because you probably are right. However, you got to keep the same energy about Alabama as you do as the Patriots. You can't be like on the one hand flipping out the Patriots dynasty coming back and then ignore Alabama fans need to suffer. They need to suffer and enjoy misery and not making the playoffs and then being miserable for 5 years at least.
Here's my thing. I kind of want to see Georgia lose though. Georgia's also that same way. They've won. They're off. They're not too long ago. They won 2 straight national championships.
But it's not in the same capacity.
It's not the same thing as Alabama
for 15 years.
Yeah, well, I'm just doing it to keep my record.
Georgia's
right.
the new dynasty. Like, they're the up and coming. Like, Alabama.
Are they?
Won for 15 straight
Are they
years.
a dynasty? Are they?
They're getting there.
I mean,
They're
okay.
there,
Do
yeah.
you think it's Georgia? Or do you think it's Ohio State?
The last 2 national champions have come from the Big Ten. Are they really a dynasty? Or did they just win 2 back-to-back national championships?
Let's be real.
I mean, they win a third.
Let's keep it real. Who is more of a threat and more of a dynasty? Georgia or Ohio State?
Ohio State.
Ohio State
right now because they're
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan.
Right now,
Just-
if Ohio State win, I think if Ohio State wins it this year, yes.
Okay. That's fair.
Fair. Okay.
All right. We're gonna switch the ACC for the AAC. North Texas at Tulane. North Texas is actually favored in this game, minus
They have bad
2.5. And do you want to take the over under? What the over under is?
60.
66.5.
Wow.
North Texas's QB is going to be, if he's a portal guy, all of the big schools are going to be going after that kid. He is time for 3,835 yards, 29 touchdowns, and only 4 picks.
Wow.
Kid's really good. Tulane's also really good though. I'll take Tulane. I think Tulane's got a pretty solid defense. I think they're gonna figure out a way to get some stops on North Texas. North Texas is a really good offensive team, though. Holy crap! This is gonna be a good game on a Friday night on ABC at 8 p.m. That's a good slot for them. George,
what's the spread on this?
2.5.
It's basically a pick 'em.
Yeah, I gotta roll with Tulane. If they didn't have their coach, I think it'd be a way different story. But I agree, their defense is completely underrated this season. Like, they are a very solid football team.
Yeah. Harris,
do you guys hear that? Oh, a technical SEC school has been knocked out of the college football playoffs. Yeah, give me North Texas.
Wow.
Wow. Wait, money line or
just money line, straight up, not spread, just straight up money line.
Okay.
I'm confident on this
Ryan.
All right.
Give me the green wave.
Hell yeah.
Give me the original SEC founder. They get a playoff appearance.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Mickey Mouse.
All right.
SEC school.
Hey, guess who has an SEC championship out of Tulane and Ole Miss?
Cool. When would that happen? In the 1960s?
It ain't Ole Miss. Maybe.
No, might be 1930s.
Perhaps.
Okay, who fucking cares?
So we've got the big game, the game of the century. Number 1 Ohio State against Indiana, number 2 Indiana in Indianapolis. Here's my question. Are there going to be more Indiana fans or are there going to be more Ohio State fans?
I think there's gonna be more Ohio State fans.
Yeah.
I don't know. Indiana, it's at home. Indianapolis is not that far from Bloomington. It's maybe a 2-hour
but
drive.
Ohio State
I
fans
think we're
travel.
underestimating.
They
they'll
travel.
have- They do.
Yeah, we'll see. Ohio State's favored by 4.5. Over under is 47.5. These are the two best teams all year. As much as you want to say it, as much as Ryan wants to scoff at the Big Ten. Oh yeah, whatever. SEC dominance. These two teams are the best teams on paper. They've played their schedule. They've pretty much boat raced every team that they've played. And this will probably decide the Heisman Trophy. You have Mendoza, who's having an incredible year. You have Julian Sane, who is also having an incredible year. Jeremiah Smith has 72 receptions, 942 yards, and 11 touchdowns. He's going to be hard to beat. I'm taking Ohio State. I just think they're the better team right now. After a big win a much needed win by Ohio State, I don't know if Kurt Cinetti can get a win against this Ryan Day team. They're really dialed in. It looks like. So give me Ohio State to win this game. Ryan?
Yeah, give me Ohio State. I'm not confident with Indiana pulling it off.
I think what Cignetti is doing is admirable and it's incredible. I just think that Ryan Day is going to out-scheme them.
They're probably still in the playoff though.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they're not
one loss Indiana. No way do they get kicked out of the
12
playoff.
wins. Yeah.
12 no
1.
way. No way.
There's
no
no
way.
Yeah.
George.
All right. So, what's the common factor the last 2 years with Indiana? Their schedule was ass both times. What happened last year when they ran into Ohio State? They got demolished. I think the same thing happens. I actually have Ohio State covering.
Oh, the 4.5. Well, that's not bad because even if they keep
But
it close,
I think they
7.
win by 14 to 17 points. Honestly, I think they're gonna raw dog them. Honestly, I think they're gonna. I like you said. That's what I think what's gonna happen. I think Bo Jackson's gonna run all over them, and that defense is gonna smother Mendoza. I really do.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Harith?
Yeah, no, I agree with George. Look, we saw that Penn State game. We saw how much that Penn State defense was giving Sayin all the problems in the world. And obviously they ended up pulling it out at the last second. But, Ohio State is just a different monster.
Yeah.
Adil Reese is going to go off against them on defense. I think Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith are going to have an insane day against that defense. Yeah, I agree with George. I think they're going to win by at least 14 points.
Interesting.
Earthquake.
Earthquake. All right. So that is it for championship weekend in college football. All right, here we go. Another one.
Luke's looking down at the next game. Yes!
Number 1 seed. The Bears.
No, it's not what we're getting to.
I know. I just wanted to say it. You have to let me have my moment.
Week 13. Chiefs lose in a close one against the stupid-ass Cowboys.
Hey, can you say what it says on the outline just because it's relevant?
Mistakes pile up as the Chiefs fall to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Whatever. Fine. We have to win out. It's fine. We have to win out.
Okay.
We have to have some teams lose.
Luke,
There's still a chance for us to make the playoffs. And if we do, good luck to everybody
what did I say in the group chat after the Cowboys won? Because I was the only one in my family rooting for the Chiefs during Thanksgiving. What did I say in the group chat?
I don't remember. It was Thursday of last week.
I put the quotes and I put the nerd emoji of. I thought the Chiefs always get the favor of the refs. What happened?
Yeah. No, I don't want to hear any more ref talk from anyone in the NFL.
No,
Did you not see the?
fair.
I know this is not. This is relevant. I swear. Did you not see the Jackson Dart hit and everyone still was complaining about
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes.
Ryan. Thank you. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're all fine here now. Thank you. How about you? Yeah.
Anyway,
How are you?
well, my argument was Luke, you could say it until you're blue in the face and until the refs physically go against the Chiefs every game. Everyone's still going to have that narrative. People are still bitching about Jackson Dart getting blown up there. If it was Patrick Mahomes, all 53 players would have been ejected from the game and the game would have been forfeited to the Chiefs. Literally, I'm not even joking. You can look it up on TikTok. People were saying that.
No, I believe it. I completely believe it. I think the biggest shocking thing for me was the demolishing of your guys' secondary. That's been one of the best things about this struggling Chiefs team has actually been more the defensive side, and especially the secondary. Like, Dak Prescott just dissected it.
Well, and the fact that he was able to get a time, and this is very, very strange to me, because it's like Karlaftis game record the last 3 years. Where has he been? Chris Jones, where have they been?
I will say this as a Washington guy, but I was making jokes about it when I was buzzed. Trent McDuffie was getting his ass clapped the entire game by CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
That was one of his worst games as a pro. And that guy is a multiple first team all pro corner. And he was getting dog walked. Honestly, flush it down the toilet.
Look, I know we're biased because Luke, you're a Chiefs fan. I honestly think this is more about the Cowboys than it does about the Chiefs, to be 100% honest. I know this is the first, I'm going to be the first person to say it. And I'm a number one Jerry Jones fucking hater. Dude, they turned it around at the trade deadline with the Micah trade. Yeah. Their defense actually looks like an NFL defense.
Quinnen Williams was a game wrecker all damn day because we were able to run the ball pretty successfully until he was in, and then he just plugged up the holes, and that's exactly what you need from a defensive tackle. You need a big ass guy that can plug up so many holes that you can't run through them.
And I don't want to transition too early, but like, guys,
God damn it, Ryan.
But guys,
phrasing
the Cowboys. I know. Anyway. The Cowboys are one game behind the Eagles right now. One game.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. And also, that also means if they pull it off, the NFC East streak continues of no team's allowed to win the NFC East like back-to-back years. It's always a different team every single year. And we thought this was going to be the year that Philly was going to break that streak. But here we fucking are in the middle of the season, and that streak still looks like it's going to happen again. Potentially.
Let's talk about. All right, that's enough of that of the Cowboys Chiefs talk. Let's talk about the Bears.
What the fuck?
Oh baby.
Monangai and Swift both ran for 120 yards. They're the first two backs to do that on one team in NFL history, believe it or not.
They were just physically dominant against the Eagles up front.
Which is weird because the Eagles are usually one of the most physical teams in the NFL, and they just got buried. They got buried, and it wasn't even.
I don't know if it was more the Eagles just not wanting to be there, or we just overpowered them. But hey, you know what? We're 9-3, baby, and we're actually playing good football. I don't know how to.
You're playing good football, and you're playing your schedule. You can't even honestly. I used to throw that schedule part in front. You just beat the Super Bowl champion
and
Eagles.
George, I don't want to rip the weight away from the Bears, and I know we keep doing this with the Bears. However, as a Bucs fan, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu with this Eagles team.
Yeah,
I'm getting 2023 Eagles flashbacks.
No,
okay,
and I agree.
Here's. I wish Connor's on this podcast episode instead of last week was this week. Eagles fans need to look themselves in the mirror and ask themselves: is Kevin Petulio the problem, or is Nick Sirianni the problem? Because I actually think it's Nick Sirianni.
No, it's Kevin Petullo.
Hear me out. Hear my argument. You want to hear my argument, Luke? Kevin Petulio is actually Nick Sirianni's best friend, and Nick Sirianni actually has control over the scheme of the Philadelphia Eagles offense. So technically, it's Nick Sirianni's offense that's actually calling the plays. Yes, Kevin Petulio is physically calling the plays on offense, but it's Nick Sirianni's playbook and scheme. That's a Sirianni problem because
didn't know
Sirianni
that.
should have
He doesn't wanna-
put his
he doesn't
friendship
wanna
to the
fire his
side.
best friend.
He
He doesn't want to fire his friend.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fire his best friend, and he should have hired someone from the outside like he did with Kellen Moore.
Which he did, and they won the Super Bowl.
He should have done that again.
They
This
brought
is
it
a
up during-
Sirianni problem, not a Kevin Petulia problem. Because Kevin
they
Petulia
brought-
doesn't even to draw up his own offense. It's
They,
he got the scraps of what Sirianni gave him.
They brought this up during Pardon My Take about how in 2022 was it 2022 that the Chiefs beat the Eagles. They had a outside. They didn't bring an outside guy in, and then they lost the Bucks in 23.
That was the 2023 season.
And then they brought in Kellen Moore, and they won the championship last year. And now they're back to an in-house person, and they're not very good. Like AJ Brown, yes, he's getting catches. He had 2 touchdowns, but like, brother, you're losing. Like,
I know we call AJ Brown a diva, and I still think he is a diva, but I think he's getting proven right. I honestly think this Philly team is not going to go far in the playoffs. And I said it at the beginning of this, like in the middle of this podcast. Did I not say it, like in the middle of the season that I thought Philly was going to get first rounded? I think they're still going to get taken out of the playoffs immediately. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the 2024 Bucks Eagles game where we just ran all over them and it was not even close. I think they'll put up a fight, but I still think they're getting first rounded. But I don't know by who, because the NFL playoffs at this point is so fucking unpredictable at this point. I don't know who's going to be playing them, but they're going to get first rounded.
The biggest thing, the whole reason why they're inconsistent too, is because if you look at Saquon Barkley's stats, they're not running the football well. They don't control the pace of the game. That's why at the last 5 weeks, the Bears have been able to win these close games and then also look dominating at the same time, is because we control the pace of the game because we run the football. We're like the Lions last year, not all the points, but in how Ben Johnson, like he likes to pound the rock and then throw it off of the play action. That's how you win football.
Which is how good teams win football games.
Yeah, exactly. So that's literally what happened.
I honestly will say this again. I'm like the #1 Eagles hater, but I honestly think the Kellen Moore Eagles system was one of the best NFL offenses from a playbook and from a coaching standpoint. That's how you physically dominate teams. You get the ball first, and you control possession, and then you rip off like 7 or 8 minutes on the clock, and you go down and score, and you just completely take the wind out of their team because now they feel like, oh fuck, we have to start matching what they're doing, and they feel like every possession they have to score on because they know that you're going to physically just take away time off the clock every single drive. And again, like I said, I still think the Eagles fans need to look themselves in the mirror and realize that the issue is coming from their own fucking coach, not from their offensive coordinator. And again, I honestly think history is repeating itself. Look what happened when Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl for the Eagles. They ran him out of town with not even 3 seasons later? Because that was Jalen Hurts' rookie year was 2020? And they won in 2017? Yeah.
Yeah.
I give Nick Sirianni the same shirt. I say by the end of next season, Sirianni will be gone. And Howie Roseman will reload the team again.
He took you to 2 Super Bowls in 2 years. Or 3 years, sorry. But
it don't matter. It's Eagles fans and an organization is super uptight. They believe if they believe that he's the problem, they're going to get rid of him. They will.
Well, I guess that's true. I mean, they fired Andy Reid after only one.
They fired Andy Reid after not even that bad of a season. Then they got Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly ripped that entire team apart. They fired Chip Kelly because obviously I think that was a good fire. They brought in Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson won him a Super Bowl. 3 years later, he was gone because of a coach or quarterback controversy that wasn't even his fault because of the Carson Wentz MVP shit. And then Nick Foles coming in and actually being better in the system. Again, you can't control that. That was just fucking what happened. And he divided the locker room. Yeah. And then you have Sirianni with the inability to fire his best friend as offensive coordinator. History is repeating itself.
Yeah. That's fair.
Does anyone else have anything else to say about this game? Because I think outside of that, I think the only funny thing about this game was the fact that Eagles fans were little whiny bitches the entire game and fucking were booing when it was up. It was 7-3, and they were acting like they were getting blown up by 50 points.
Guys, it's Eagles fans. They're gonna do that. Philly sports fans are that's who they are. That's their identity.
They're the worst fans.
We should not be surprised. Ryan, sorry. I did have Chris Olave. He did score a touchdown, so I do appreciate that in this game.
I had him sitting on the bench
Dude,
because he was
why?
he was questionable at the last minute.
You ride that motherfucker out,
I
dude.
know,
you
but
say he's
I've gotten
questionable
bad
on
luck with that
Friday.
before.
You know what? You know what?
I've gotten
Hey,
bad
guess
luck
what?
with that.
Guess what? They said
I was gonna
Tyler
lose
Warren
in the
wa-
playoffs anyways. I'm out. I'm done with fantasy for the year. Moving on to the Bucks because I did not watch the game till the end, and I don't think George watched it either. And looks out.
All right,
There's nothing worth.
talk about Tampa because I know Harris can go on a little rant here. So go ahead.
So what I can say about the Bucks game is, my God, I'm so fucking happy that Bucky Irving is back. Because if we didn't have Bucky in that game, we would have lost that game 100%. Bucky was averaging like 5 to 6 yards per run, and it was like, oh my God, it was like the gates of heaven to finally reopen. And I'm like, oh, this is the team that I actually saw in the first half of the season for a little bit. Even though our defense still shit its pants, but I don't know if it's actually a Bulls issue or if it's just Arizona being Arizona. Because Arizona's every single game is lost by one possession. So it's like, is this Tampa being Tampa, or is this Arizona actually playing up to their competition? Because again, here's the thing. Tampa didn't really capitalize on the 2 turnovers from Arizona. But if they didn't turn those 2 turnovers over, Arizona would have beat Tampa. Just throwing that out there into the fucking universe. And I will say this. Again, I know I'm jumping around like a lot with this game. Baker playing, I thought that was going to be a fucking problem. But it wasn't. Baker actually played complementary football and actually was playing smart. There was multiple opportunities where he wanted to scramble. You could see his body starting to go towards it. And he was like, nope, I'm going to fucking throw it away. I'm going to check it down. And he was actually making smart decisions with the football. And I was like, okay. I wasn't expecting that from Baker. I thought Baker was going to be a little bit reckless there. But he actually played smart. If he can play like that against New Orleans, I feel good about Baker staying in there. Now, the most important thing about this game, and the thing that everyone really wants to talk about, Tristan Wirfs touchdown, motherfuckers. Yeah, boy.
Big boy.
Big boy touchdown. Even though it's so clear that the refs had a fucking, they must have picked like Tampa or Cardinal spread. I'm sorry, that was some of the worst officiating in a game I've seen in a while. Dude, 3 touchdowns called back. Fucking 3 or 4 major plays in the game. That's like 8 penalties I counted up during the game. They wanted to keep it within 3 points. There's no other way to say it around it. They must have had Tampa spread in the game. Like, there's literally no justification for that. Like, there was some really bad like roughing the passer calls where you're just like, what the fuck? There was like a couple like pass interferences where they were like, what? Like, there was one with Sterling Shepard where he would look at like everyone like the ref like, what the fuck? Like, every time there was a major play that would have flipped the momentum of the game and turned it into a blowout, it got called back. And again, I'm glad Tampa won the game. To be 100%, like, I'm not going to bitch about that. However, again, it's hard to have this conversation because Luke's not here. This win kind of feels a little bit like the wins got taken completely out of the sale because of a game we're going to talk about later. Because I would be like more like happy and like energetic if another game didn't happen on this fucking slate. But again, I'm going to kind of move this conversation along because I don't really have much to say outside of that because I think it was just kind of a whatever win. I think Tampa will kind of pick up more steam as the weeks go on. But
I just felt like it made more sense to not play Baker and just see if, I mean, like at this point, like you've been saying the past few weeks, it's this cycle, right?
Right.
Like where it's like, oh, Todd Bowles he's gonna win his good graces for his job back, and then next year you're in the same spot, and it's just like this over and over thing. Like at what point is it just like our quarterback's hurt? He's not 100%.
Right. Like I know we were talking about the coaching carousel in college, and I do have an interesting thing to add to this. It's like, honestly, I think the next big coaching hire is going to be Mike LaFleur, who is the offensive coordinator for the Rams right now. Yeah. Same thing from Liam Cohen. It's going to be the same thing as Liam Cohen. Again, I know Sean McVay is the one calling the plays. However, if you're sitting behind Sean McVay calling plays and you're the brother to Matt LaFleur, you are going to get poached. I think he's going to be the next coach, inevitably, when the Rams win the Super Bowl this year. I'm going to say that right on the dot. I think the Rams are. It's either the Rams or Patriots at this point. And
Yeah, no, I agree.
And whenever that happens, and whenever he gets in the Super Bowl, I think he's going to be the next big head coach. And if Tampa was smart, because obviously with the Liam Cohen hire, they listened to Baker saying, "Who do you want as your coordinator?" If they were smart and recognized the cycle, and actually thought about it for 15 seconds instead of going, "Hey, why are we settling for mediocrity and like just settling for winning the South? Why not take a chance, hire Mike LaFleur? We're going to have to reload anyway." Because I'm sorry, Evans is probably going to retire after this year, or he should. Levante is probably going to retire after this year. He should. I still think we should trade Godwin, even though I think this is a little bit of, like, I actually started to see flashes of Godwin from 2024 before he tore his, or just look at his ankle. I was like, okay, Godwin's starting to come back a little bit to form. Even with that being said, trade him for a second or third round pick, see what you can get out of him. Because I still think that contract was a mistake. And then, go draft another receiver with that pick.
So do you think it's a point like, okay, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
If they do want to blow it up, you fire Bowles no matter, like, if you don't win a wild card, if you don't win the wild card, you fire.
I think no matter what, I think it's Super Bowl or bust with Bowles at this point.
Okay.
I know it's probably what the organization is thinking, but that's what I'm thinking as a fan.
No, I wouldn't blame you for that. It's kind of like you said, you guys are the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We are. It's like why are we settling for barely winning the NFC South?
Like let's blow it up. Like,
blow it up.
Trade Godwin. If Mike Evans decides not to,
I think no matter what,
retire, trade him.
I disagree with that. I think if Evans decides, I think Evans should retire, but if for whatever goddamn reason he wants to come back for another year, just give him like a $10-11 million contract. Nothing too crazy. Just like hey, you're a legend in Tampa. We want you to be a Buck for life. Here you go. Just come back for a year. But I agree. Godwin,
okay, that's fair.
Trade. Zion McConnell, you should trade.
At this point. Like, within 3 years, you get those draft picks, and hey,
Jason Light can draft like a motherfucker. He's been proven as one of the best GMs in the league. Let him cook.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I wouldn't say it's more of a rebuild, but more just a reload. And I see what we can do with an offensive-minded head coach. Because, honestly, again, not to be, stereotypical. Again, I could be proven wrong depending on who wins the Super Bowl this year. But typically, offensive-minded head coaches are the ones that win Super Bowls. So I honestly think you should just blow it up, go get Mike LaFleur, and see what he does. But anyway, Luke, we were just waiting for you to get back. You want to get into Packers, Lions, and Thanksgiving?
Yep. Go ahead. Take it away.
So, with that game being said, what the fuck did I watch with that game? I know Jordan Love was elite during that defense, but again, I'm not personally teams to blame ref, because obviously the reason why they won was because Jordan Love was on fucking fire that game. But there were a couple calls we got to talk about. Let's talk about the false start, where they didn't call it a false start because Matt LaFleur conveniently called a timeout. Fucking latest timeout I've ever seen in my life. It was 4 seconds after it fucking happened. What the fuck? That would have been a touchdown they took off the board. I forget, there was another flag on another drive that actually flipped the momentum of the game. It was at the 5-yard line. Another flag that they should have called and they didn't. That flipped the momentum of the game. Again, it was just that game was just fucking weird.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest series of events. And obviously, I think injuries are is what is murdering the Lions right now. Their entire secondary is out. Amon-Ra St. Brown going down in the middle of the second quarter. Yeah, and he's not playing this week, by the way, for the record. He's not playing this week. That is what murdered their momentum. Also, I feel bad. I should have, honestly, with the Lions, stuck to my guns. Because I kind of called this on the fucking dot. Don't get me wrong. I think Dan Campbell's a fucking amazing head coach in the NFL. However, you cannot sustain the loss of Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. I know Aaron Glenn is shitting up the fucking bed right now in the Jets, but I don't know if it's I think it's more of an organizational issue than Aaron Glenn issue, to be 100% honest.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure he's shitting the bed? They won last week.
I know they won last week, but I'm just saying it's the fucking Jets.
It's more the Jets being a terrible organization, less on Aaron Glenn.
I think
personally.
the loss of those two pieces are just what fucking is killing the Lions right now. I told everybody like this. It's like I figured the Lions were going to drop a spot in the NFC North. I thought they were going to go from Super Bowl contenders to playoff contenders, which is where they're at right now. I still think they'll get into the playoffs. I think they'll get in at the 7th seed. I think the Niners are still going to drop off. But still, I think I kind of saw this coming from like a mile away with Detroit.
We could see. Packers have been playing really well as of late, so we'll see.
Can we talk about the insanity that was the game that I want to talk about? Obviously, I couldn't really go into detail with the Bucs game. This is one that kind of fucking ripped the complete sails out of that Tampa win.
Panthers get outgunned the Rams in a wild shootout. That's crazy. Matthew Stafford had probably one of his worst games, but he still statistically almost threw for 4 touchdowns.
Guys, Bryce Young is submitting himself as a franchise quarterback the second half of this year. He is a NFL top 15 quarterback.
And
he really is.
I should have seen this coming a little bit. Not them completely like winning in a shootout, but like them playing the Rams really well. People always undermine Dave Canales. And I say this as the Bucs because he was our offensive coordinator a couple years ago. Dude, the fact that he was in Seattle for 9 years, he knows that Rams team very fucking well. Because he was there for basically most of McVay's like coaching tenure. And then he came to Tampa, played them for a year, and then went to Carolina. So he's played them almost every single year as an assistant coach and as an offensive coordinator, as a head coach. He knows the exact tendencies that McVay is going to pull out. And also, I think the obviously main factor outside of just Canales kind of out scheming him, was the weather. The Rams could not play in the rain. The rain completely fucking was a factor in that game. I mean, the strip sack at the end of the game that basically by Derek Brown that sealed the game, that was completely because of weather. I'm not trying to like rip it because of the Panthers, because like don't get me wrong, that was an amazing win by that Carolina team. However, weather was like the number one factor in that game.
Yeah. And it just proves any given Sunday, the Panthers, anybody can beat anybody.
I said it last week when Tampa got blown up by the Rams. Did I not tell y'all that the NFC South is going to come down to that Week 18 game? Because it fucking will be. It's going to be that final week of the season. I'm telling you right now how the rest of the season is going to go. We're going to win 5 of our next 6. We're going to drop the first game into the Panthers, and then it's going to come down to that last game. And I'm going to fucking hate it.
That's hilarious.
Yes, I mean, Panthers could steal it away.
Go NFC South, Ryan. Yay!
Yay! Fucking hate Bulls. Please fire him.
Benito saves the Broncos in OT against the Commies. The Commies had one job and they couldn't fucking.
Also, insane game. Like, very competitive. I want to give a shout out to Marcus Mariota. What a game by that guy. You know, I always kind of felt bad for him. I think he kind of got the schneid when he was in Tennessee when he was. I
don't even think it was Tennessee. I think he got snide by NFL scouts. Because remember, the reason why Jameis got drafted over Marcus Mariota was because Marcus Mariota isn't a leader in the locker room. And that's why he fell to the second overall pick with the Titans. That's why Tampa didn't pick him. Because they wanted a leader. They wanted a man in the locker room.
I mean, he, as far as leadership goes, I feel like he's been the leader on that Washington team. And I mean, they played a great football game, and you know, Denver made some plays down the stretch, but it was honestly probably one of the best Monday Night Football games.
The one player I want to talk about for the Commanders, Treylon Burks.
Yeah,
that was the first
game. What
a
great catch!
Where I was like, because obviously Treylon Burks is obviously a bust by Tennessee. They traded A.J. Brown to the Eagles for Burks. But this is the first time I was like, I see why they did it. Again, I don't think he's going to flash that ever again. But that one game, I was like, I could see how Rabel kind of fell into that and thinking that he was going to be A.J. Brown 2.0.
Yeah.
But again, insane catch. I also love how much the fucking... Dude, that Broncos corner... I feel bad for him. He's a really good corner in the NFL, but he just gets fucking bullied because of PS2. It doesn't matter like how well he defends. It's always something like that where he like the other receiver will just make this miraculous catch, and you're just like, how the fuck did he catch that? And that's what just murders the Broncos every single time. Because they'll just go after him every single game. And that's how it's going to be for the rest of the season. And, sorry, I wanted to, because I wanted to kind of go back to the Panthers game, because there's one thing I do want to say about that, because I just made me think of something. Dude, I honestly think if Chicago somehow ends up with the number 1 seed, they're going to be a worse number 1 seed than the Tennessee Titans in 2021.
It hurts, but it's probably true. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it. I don't think you're wrong. Hey, you know what? We've been bad since 2018, so I don't give a fuck. We're in the playoffs. We'll be fine. We're gonna build. But yeah, I mean, I think you're right.
I mean, it is playoff related. I'll kind of shift back to this game for a bit. Like, I honestly still think Denver is like the 2020 Steelers. To be 100% honest, I don't buy into their fucking hype at all.
I could see it. I could see that.
Their defense.
It's a similar vibe.
I will be. You know what? And this is the thing. If the Chiefs make the playoffs, and your name is Denver, or the Patriots, good luck.
I still think New England's getting that number 1 seed. I don't think they're letting go of that at all.
Good luck.
No, I don't think so either.
Good luck.
I think
Hats off to you, because I guarantee you, I will take this Chiefs team that has more playoff experience than either of those teams, and we've lost.
Luke, I wouldn't take them over the Patriots, to be 100% honest right now. Did you watch that Monday night game?
Denver.
They were fucking dismantled
Yeah,
them.
but it's against a 3-8. It's against.
But the Giants also beat the fucking Broncos and Eagles this year. We can't I know we're talking about like them being like exits and stuff. Like, we cannot.
the Patriots are too good.
They're
man.
just too different.
I'm not going to give you the Patriots. I'll give you Denver.
We'll give you Denver, but we're not giving you the Patriots. The Patriots are some of the best
We'll
coached
see.
teams in the NFL right now, next to the
We'll
Rams.
We'll see.
They
Time
look
will
like
tell.
the Belichick Patriots, because that entire staff is basically Belichick staff, except for the defensive coordinator.
Fucking Vrabel. Anyway, all right, let's talk about this week's bets. Harriet, what did we end up record-wise last week?
Oh yeah, NFL. Let's get into that, because it's actually a little bit less chaotic than college. So, in last place, we got a 2-way tie. We got Connor, and we got Ryan at 8-8.
I thought I got.
Nope. We'll get to that.
All right, 500.
And
That's all right.
or actually, I would say third and second place is a tie as well. At 9 and 7, George and Luke.
Damn it.
And then
Harriet's first?
Harriet, all
And then
right.
myself at 10 and 6.
God
Wow, good for you.
damn it.
I think, Luke,
Fuck.
what killed you was you picking the Colts over the Texans.
God
should have picked the
damn
Bears.
it.
I should have
God
picked the Bears.
damn
I
it.
should have believed.
Son of a bitch. All right, well, Colts at Jaguars, week 14. Colts are favored by 1.5 points. It's basically a pick 'em. Over under 47.5. Give me the Colts, because I need the Jaguars to lose games. I need the Jags to lose games. This is just a spiteful pick. I need the Colts to
Yeah,
win. I need the Jags to lose. Give Jonathan Taylor the ball 80 times this game, and you guys should win. Okay, that's all you got to do, realistically. All right, that's my pick.
Okay, who's going next?
Harith.
Okay, so Luke, you know how you just said you should give the ball to Jonathan Taylor 80 times? That won't work, because I actually looked this up before the game. The Jaguars have the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL, so that in theory will not fucking work. I think Jonathan Taylor will actually get shut down this game. Give me the Jaguars money line.
Fuck you.
I'm not saying it because of the Chiefs. I'm just saying look at the Jaguars' defensive stats. Go look at their rushing, where they rank in the NFL. They give up the least amount of yards per game. They give up 80 yards a game. They have the best rushing defense in the league.
Fuck them.
I don't agree.
George.
I want them to fucking lose. I hate Liam Cohen. I'm thinking with my brain, Luke. Think with your brain.
No, I don't want to think with my brain. I want Daniel Jones to throw 400 yards and
That's
3
not gonna
touchdowns and
happen.
Bury this.
I'm like Breaking Bad Walter
garbage-ass
White.
team.
That's not gonna happen.
George.
I went spiteful too, and I have Jaguars. money line.
Yeah!
I didn't even know that they had that good of a rush defense. I saw the line. I was like, ooh, if they win, the Chiefs are another game behind. Yeah, give me Jaguars all day. Fuck the Chiefs.
Yeah, fuck you. I hope you guys. I hope Caleb Williams. No, never mind. I'm not going to say
Hey,
that.
don't say no,
No,
don't
no,
say
no.
that. No.
Ryan.
I
Ryan.
picked the Colts. All right.
Thank you.
Ah,
I appreciate that. All right. Saints at Bucks. Bucks are favored by 8.5. Over under is 42.5. Ryan.
I'm just here for the chaos. Give me the Saints. It's not going to happen, but I'm picking the Saints.
You know what? That's fair. George.
No, not the Saints. Sorry. Absolutely not. That's all I got.
All right.
It's at money
All right.
line. Not Saints.
All right. I got Bucks as well. Sorry. And Harris.
Get on your soapbox.
That's fucking spread scares the shit out of me, but I don't think it's going to be that fucking much of a blowout. But however, McMillan may be back this week. There's a slim chance that Mike Evans is going to be back this week. Give me that Bucks money line at 500, which is insane.
Yeah, that's a lot. You're not gonna lose. You're not gonna win a lot. All right, Bears and Packers. Packers are favored by 6.5. It's in Lambeau.
That spread is nuts.
Yeah, it is wild. Over under is 44.5. George, obviously you're gonna go Bears, but give me why I should pick the Bears.
So I've made a routine of not picking the Bears. We don't have a good record in Lambeau.
No, you don't.
This is actually the game I was thinking that we wouldn't win. The reason why I think the Bears will win this game, and that is my pick, I'm picking Bears money line, because the Packers have showed in multiple games this year that they can't stop the run.
Yeah.
If we control the pace of the game, like we did against the Eagles, Jordan Love's not going to have that many opportunities. We also lead the league in interceptions as well. So if we can get a little pressure on him and make him throw a pick, might happen. I could also see us losing this game and then beating them in Chicago. So honestly, as long as we go 1-1 against them, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of believing in Chicago, in my team a little bit. So I'm going Bears money line for those reasons.
All right, Aerith.
For the exact opposite reasons, I'm going Packers. I agree with George. I honestly think this is going to be the ultimate split. I think they're going to win in the second half of that second matchup. But honestly, not to be mean to Chicago, I just with the way that Jordan Love was playing against the Lions on Thanksgiving, I think the Packers right now are going to be a really fucking hard team to beat right now. And again,
Really fair.
I think this is going to be a 3.5 point spread more than a 6.5 point spread. I think honestly it's going to be like last year where it's going to come down to a field goal. So just give me the Packers by a hair.
Yeah, it's fair.
Ryan.
I made this pick without even looking at the spread. I didn't realize it was 6.5, but I picked Chicago. I was confident in the Bears.
Let's go.
You know what's funny?
Hmm.
I'm also taking the Bears.
I'll
believe it. I'll believe it. I think they have a pretty good chance.
Bears.
All right. Sunday night football. Texans at Chiefs. Over on Chiefs are favored by 3.5. Over under 42.5. Chiefs need this win bad, like really really badly. The CJ Stroud looks good. The defense has to play their best game of the year. If they don't, it's going to be a struggle. They'll lose the game and the season will be over. I think Patrick Mahomes plays his best game against this number one defense that they have. I think Patrick Mahomes shows up, shows out. I think the Chiefs will win. Give me the Chiefs.
Okay.
Tell me why I'm crazy.
Many reasons, but
I'm not going to tell you why you're crazy. I'm going to kind of go with the reasoning that I had with the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. I just think hungry dogs run harder. And to be 100% honest, even though I think this Texan defense is actually fucking legit, and I think they're going to be a fucking problem, and they may actually win the AFC South when it's all said and done, to be 100% honest, because right now I'm actually believing the Texans more than I believe the Colts and Jags. I just think the Chiefs have way more at stake, and I think Andy Reid and them are going to have their players just ready to fucking go, and I think Mahomes is going to play his fucking ass off, and I think it's going to be a crazy game. So, again, the Chiefs still may miss the playoffs when it's all said and done, But y'all have to fucking wait on this whole dynasty is over talk. Give it the Chiefs. Money line.
Ryan?
I got the Chiefs. Give me Chiefs money line.
All right. And George?
So I really wanted to go double down on being spiteful here, but I can't do it just because of I had very similar reasons when I was going over the picks. I think Kansas City has way more to lose. I also think
runs faster.
Yeah, and did the Texans match up well, kind of like what the Cowboys did last week with the defense and the defensive line? Sure. I feel like Andy Reid's just such a good play caller, and he's going to have a different plan going in, and he'll be able to scheme out a win. So give me KC money line as well.
All right. Let's put up the records, or not the records, but Ryan, let's have you go first.
Wait, hold up. I forgot something. We didn't do overall records. We only did NFL. We forgot the overall records.
Okay, what's the overall records?
So, in last place, once again, I hope this fucking shit continues for the rest of this podcast. By one game, it's Luke.
Oh, no.
God.
At 106.71. And if you could tell by my reaction, George is in third place at 107.69. Nice. Very nice indeed.
Nice.
And then I finally fucking broke free of the Ryan being one game behind me streak these last couple weeks. Ryan's at 110.67. And then and you got myself at 114.64.
Wow.
Not bad, Harris. Not
So good.
bad at all. Not too shabby. All right, Ryan, give us your picks for the NFL.
Don't sound so excited.
All right, old man.
Hold on, it hasn't pulled up. Oh, there we go. I got Lions, Ravens, Colts, Dolphins, Bills, Bears, Chiefs, Seahawks, Browns, Vikings, Saints, Broncos, Rams, and Eagles.
George.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Get it up here. All right. Here we go. I have Cowboys, Ravens, Jaguars, Jets, Bengals, the Bears, Kansas City, Seahawks, Browns, Washington, Bucks, Broncos, Rams, and I also have the Eagles.
All right, I will give you mine. I'll wait for Harith as well. I've got... You still got George. Oh, there we go. Now it's me. All right, Lions, Ravens, Colts, Dolphins, Bengals, Bears, Chiefs, Seahawks, Browns, Vikings, Bucks, Broncos, Rams, and Eagles. Harith?
All right, I got Cowboys because I think the fucking Cowboys are playing amazing right now. I got Seahawks because Mike McDonald on the road is unfucking stoppable. I got Ravens because fucking chaos in the AFC North. Browns, give me Shador Sanders, baby. Jaguars because fucking, like I already said, rushing defense. Commanders because fucking I don't trust JJ McCarthy or whoever the fuck's in the back quarterback for the Vikings. Dolphins because the Jets fucking suck. The Bucks because we are gonna have a Mickey Mouse rest of the season. Bills because I would want the Bengals to have a fucking amazing finish, but they're gonna fucking not. Broncos because Broncos country let's fucking die. Packers because like I already said. Rams because fucking they're unstoppable. Chiefs because they have everything to lose. And Eagles because fucking chaos. And I don't trust that offensive line for the Chargers.
There you go.
Nice.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for our championship preview and week 15
14 for
of the NFL, or week 14 of the NFL. Ryan, where can the good people follow you on the social medias?
They can find me at RyanPW over on TikTok and Twitter.
And
They can also find me on the Pod Once podcast. I was going to let either Harith or you do that one, but
yeah. There you go. You got it. You got it, big guy. You got it. You've made it.
thanks, Dad.
George.
Fuck.
You can follow me on Instagram at Greek Freak
95. Greek Freak
That's right.
He only likes
I
Greek
haven't
and
decided-
freaks.
I haven't decided to make a TikTok yet because
Not
I want to
yet,
be a
not
boomer.
yet.
Just
I'm a
fucking do
boomer.
it, you coward, even though I don't blame you.
Kids, these
Howard
kids
ass.
these days and their Tic Tacs.
Bitch. Harris.
You can find me at Harris Productions on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. Of course, you can find me at the Pod Ones podcast, which has already been mentioned. We are in our Mandalorian and Grogu rewatch, or Mandalorian rewatch for Mandalorian and Grogu. God, how the fuck did I fuck that up? Anyway, we're gonna be on to season 2 this week. So yeah, which we got fucking Ryan's favorite episode. So yeah, Luke, where can the good people follow you on social media?
You can follow me at egghead2123 on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow me at Jedi Master Eggs on all social medias, and you can follow me at the Podmons podcast as well. Every Thursday, streaming Star Wars. I will be streaming Saturday. I will be streaming the Big 12 Championship, Big 10 Championship, and SEC Championship all day on TikTok. We'll be watching games, doing all of that.
I say just make it one
And
stream
then-
nonstop. Don't even fucking end live.
No,
Just
that's
fucking
what I'm
keep
doing.
that shit
That's
going.
no, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a whole probably 12 hours of football. And then I will be streaming Texans Chiefs Sunday Night Football.
Dude,
so
if the
that will
Chiefs
be on the docket.
lose, your chat's gonna go fucking insane.
It's not gonna be fun.
It's gonna be bad.
It's not gonna be fun. But until next week, boys, good luck. Go Chiefs. Go Bucks. Go Saints, and go Bears. Talk to you later.
Hope y'all lose.